Francisco has been getting tougher on drug use inside on its streets, and now it's trying to take a similar approach inside shelters. Tonight, we get a look inside a new homeless shelter in the South of Market area. What sets it apart from other places? There is a zero tolerance policy for drugs and alcohol. The shelter is called Hope House. It's located on 6th and Tehama in Soma. Kenny Choi introduces us to one resident who is hoping this is the first step in his recovery journey.
It's been a long journey struggling with addiction for Gary Noakes.
Because it keeps me safe from myself, because I was the biggest threat to myself. I couldn't control my choices.
The 43-year-old is trying to live a different life, finding shelter at Hope House, San Francisco's first sober homeless shelter.
I was living in a couple other shelters out here that were they were pretty tough going. A lot of drug users in there.
He's one of 15 new residents referred by city outreach workers. Salvation Army Executive Director Steve Adami says the 58-bed shelter on 6th Street has a no-tolerance drug and alcohol policy, but that there are protocols in place to help residents if they relapse.
Mistakes are going to happen, but the goal is to catch the mistake before it starts to escalate so that people can use it as an opportunity to learn.
The site will provide residents shelter for 30 days and up to a year as a first step towards recovery through abstinence rather than a harm reduction, housing first approach used at many other shelters.
It is really a change that's happening right now that's taking place where we're really promoting drug-free environments, we're really promoting recovery, and I think the culture change is going to be the biggest shift.
The city has contracted the Salvation Army to run Hope House as well as other Next Step sober transitional housing programs. Noakes says he's been more than a year free of hardcore drugs, including fentanyl and methamphetamines, but that this is just the beginning.
Now I look at the streets as motivation. I say, hey, look, this is something I'm not going to go back to.
It's a sign of hope and a new way of life for Gary.
And city leaders want more facilities like this. Just today, 2 supervisors introduced new legislation that would end city funding for any new drug-tolerant permanent supportive housing. Now, that is all in response to a state bill just vetoed by Governor Newsom. It would have allowed local governments like San Francisco to use 10% of its homeless funding from the state toward drug-free facilities.